Hello, hello. We're going to do a quick audio test. One, two, three. Awesome. All right. We welcome you all to the live today. We're going to be going over a couple of the stats that we have for the hackathon, right? So let's get started. As a summary, we are here in reference to Canon Hackathon, right? In this case, we're going to the through the final weekend of registration, and yeah, what have been done so far. The hackathon started on May 4th. It was like almost a month ago. And we have a set of multiple workshops. There's a YouTube playlist. You can see it in the description. We have 5 workshops specifics for multiple topics from getting to know how the hackathon is set up, also going to the setup process of Canon, then going to examples, also how to make or run your first automation, how to tweak it, right? So once you have your automation, you get the the example on how to apply tweaks to the automation. From there, we also had a couple more lives that were not as specific as workshop. They were um, general lives, so talking about different topics, right? For example, updates and the inclusion of new strategy templates, right? And something similar to this one, in which we're discussing stuff, facts, and relevant dates about the hackathon. But don't hesitate if you have any issues. You can go to our Discord server. The link is in the description, and you can then head to the um, you can go to the Hackathon Prediction Market Hackathon channel, and there we can give you assistance for your questions. Or even if you're here live, of course we can discuss it here as well, right? Okay, then let's yeah let's get to the summary of today, right? So we have, as I said, the hackathon from May 4th. Now we are on May 29th, and we need to have all participants registered by May 31st. So that is this Sunday. And if you have not registered, I highly encourage you to do it, because it is something very, very fast. You can do it quickly, right? So that would be like having your Canon setup, running your first automation, and then following the submission steps. And that's not going to take you more than 30 minutes maximum, right? So if you could do that, that would be great. Then you're inside of the hackathon participation, and then of course you can send updates. You can make tweaks on the code on the upcoming days, because we're going to continue running the automations all the way to June 19th. So definitely, just take the time, make the registration, and then you can continue building and improving your automation. All right. Okay, so today, aside from the summary of what have been going on, we're going to go over the numbers, and then um, also like the remaining time. What can we do with the remaining time we have? And of course, have the formal invitation join and participate, right? Okay, where do we stand today? Just let me take a quick glance at the hackathon because we have the numbers here, but of course there is the chance that they have been um, they have been updated, right? So let me take a quick look. Yeah, okay, okay. All right, yeah, we're extending on the participations on 171, so it has gone up in by one dev. We have active builds 14 submissions already. We have the price, right, which is $1,000 to a single winner because I have been asked this multiple times, and this is going to be a single price, right, for the best punctuation. It's going to be a single price of $1,000. Then also remember we have strategy templates, so you don't need to come here and be worried that you don't have all the details and all the planning that you want for the automation or for the strategy, because you can take one of the templates and get started there and just improve on the template, right? Or tweak the configuration that is going to allow you to enter the hackathon participation very quickly, because if you select one of the templates, that's going to be like um, I don't know, like 95% of the way there. And then you just have to apply your specifics, and you're done. And also the templates do work from zero to working on automation live in Polymarket. So by me saying 95% is that you need to tweak it, right? Because you're going to make it yours, but the automation template is fully working. As reference, once again, you can go through the workshops, which is the guidance. There are the examples. We made a couple live demos right there, and then so you can go back, check how we did it. We even faced some small issues, and we were able to fix it with the AI assistance, right? So there's no hard limitation on nah, I don't want to do it because I'm going to face some issues, some blockers, and I don't know how to work around them. The AI assistance is there right for that purpose, right? It's going to uh, notice something that is not correct, or if you get an error on the unit test on the automation, the agent is there to provide assistance and be able to fix it. Judging criteria is for topics. We're going to be seeing them in a bit. Okay, so yeah, as a general note, also stating that there are 14 builds is that there are 14 submissions, right? With real code. It's not some. It's not like the like a registration that I just want to participate, but it's an actual build that someone took the time in order to get to it and run it. Um, all right. From here, let's get into the haircut. So, why do we have this registration or submission haircut? This is here in order to provide a fair and and a stable time, in order for the automation to prove that it is a, a good strategy, a good plan, a good working strategy. So the hard cutoff is May 31st at midnight, and this will allow us for all the participants to run the automation as a minimum from May 31st to June 19th, because it would not be fair to have someone join on June 15, 16, have the automation running 2 days, 3 days, and and having the same opportunity as someone that has been running the automation for weeks, right? So that's the reasoning for the hard limit here. And as I said, going back, recapping, what this means is you have to submit prior to May 31st. You can still make changes, you can still tweak and update the code. That is totally fine, that is allowed, and no issues there. But you have to get into the submission prior. So if you come on, just saying it right here, June 5th, you're not going to be able to participate. You have to take the time this weekend as the last window, last weekend available to run Canon, build your automation, and then submit your participation to the hackathon. And yeah, there are no more chances as it is stated here. No more. Okay, I'm going to enter after May 31st. We cannot do that. We cannot reopen it. So it has to be this weekend, and then we keep making iterations, code changes, updates, all the way through June 19th, and then we have the judging time, and the winner will be announced on June 23rd. Right. All right. One sec. I need to sip a bit of water. All right, we're back here. All right, I was checking some dogs, and now back to the slides. Okay, so you may say, okay, now is May 29th. What is still possible? What can I do if I'm here today, taking a look at the live, but I don't know what to do? Okay, so we're going to lay out the steps, right? Okay, so what's still possible is you can register to DoorHack. That is super quick. Register as in both cases. Register on the website and register on the hackathon. The hackathon, you can go and register as a participant. That is not your submission. That is just your registration on the hackathon. From there, you go to the workshop, second video. There you make the Canon installation, right? From there, you can go to the workshop, third video, and then you have the first automation creation, right? So that is um, doing the init, doing the sorry, let me take a quick update there because it's not properly stated. All right, so let me make a quick reload here and get to the point. Okay, yeah, my bad there. So you make the registration on ToroHack, then you make the registration on the hackathon, then you run Canon start. At that point, you have already Canon installed from workshop number two. From workshop number three, you run Canon start. That's going to boot up the agent, which is going to guide you through the entire process of creating the automations first and running it dry run. Dry run meaning it doesn't have funding yet, and if everything goes smooth, the automation runs, then you can request the agent, hey, stop the automation. So we're getting into the third step here. You already have your automation, and then you're going to request, hey, run the automation live. We have that on multiple live streams as well. I think that is on the sixth or seventh video. And yeah, running that is going to show you the wallet address and it's going to request you, hey, please send funding here. Remember, there's no minimum to participate, so you can send $5, $2, $10, and get started with it. At that point, you are already running live, not dry run. Okay, so that is making real attempts to participate in the markets. So once you have that running, right, you're gonna let that run for some time, and then you can make your submission because the Canon already built your repository. So at that point, you have to make your repository public. You have to publish it to GitHub. That's one thing. Then you have to collect a couple other documents that we're going to check in the next slide. And then you head to DoraHack again and make your submission, which is a written description of the submission. You include the reference. Hey, my project is in this GitHub repository, and you point to a video, a YouTube video in which you made your submission video, 3 to 5 minute video, or explaining your strategy, explaining the tweaks you made to it, and then making your submission. So when you have all of that, you make the submission by May 31st, right? Midnight. Um, so yeah, by registration or participation here, we mean the submission has to be done on DoraHack by May 31st. Then we keep iterating on it, but you have to be in this weekend. Okay, what a submission looks like, and it has to include a project description, as I said, a written statement of what is the automation, what is strategy, what tweaks you made, and your personal touch of interest, right? So that is a project description. Source code is the reference to the code. Documentation, it is usually in the same repo, right? So of course, Canon is going to do this for you. We all know how it works. So as a documentation is if you added something extra, right? If you did not add anything extra, of course the repo is run by Canon on itself, right? Okay, in the demo video, which is 3 to 5 minutes, and then the automation logs. Automation logs appear on Canon execution. These are not going to be on the repo. I think they are excluded. Why? Because we want you to submit the one that you consider valid, right? So once you run it, if you think that you've been tweaking, um, you can pick which one you're going to submit, right? If you do it multiple times or whatever. But consider that if you delete it and run it again, it's not going to have the same history. Okay, that's a quick note there. And we need the wallet address. Wallet address is available when you're running the automation, and that is needed in order to confirm your participation on the real blockchain. This is going to affect the real world performance and utility, right? That one is affected by not by technical side, but what your automation did on the markets. Place orders, um, probably waited some time, cancel orders, sell orders, so all of that. Okay, we have gone through the judging, right? In the past, but let's see it one more time. Okay, it's going to be a single winner. It's going to be weighted across four axes of criterias, and this is going to be the the conjunction of criterias, right? So the first one is real world utility. So this is about performance live on the market, right? So did it place orders? Did it fill orders? Did it cancel orders? And all of that part of the real world. Did it generate a profit, right? So that is real world utility. On the technical side, it's code quality. Is the repo um, running, right? Can I clone and run the repo, right? Does it passes the test? Is it cleanly documented? And remember, all of this can be assisted by the agent, so you don't have to worry about, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to test. I don't know how to write the docs. So if you have your strategy, right, and you say, okay, I'm going to be picking X kind of strategy, right, then I'm going to tweak it. You can add your documentation, right? So this is an aggressive version of the XYZ strategy because we want to test like the riskier moves because there are going to be less participants there and we're going to have more profit as an example, right? So that has to be um, updated in the config and then you can update your docs. Okay, so you just request the agent, hey, we updated the config, can we add a warning description here that the configuration is very aggressive, right? So that is part of the technical running, quality, testing, all of that. Innovation and creativity. Here we have templates, as we said, right? We have multiple templates so you can get started as fast as possible. But then, how do you tweak it, right? Because it's not the same. Okay, I run the automation and I'm just going to tweak the interval. I'm going to run it um, faster. Yeah, that's technically valid, right? But there's no innovation or creativity there. In exchange, I made an example yesterday in the access space. Um, if you have, for example, the pure arbitrage, you may be defining a specific configuration that allows for a good profit, but it's not going only to count to profit, but how you made it into that configuration that is creativity, maybe, right? And also another example was that if we have like the knowledge arbitrage, right, which is checking on the score public websites, like the odds, which I mean it doesn't have to be public, right? It can be paid, but if you're consulting information from a provider and you have advantage of a speed, right, you can then make a create an order and get advantage there, and that is due to speed, right? But we have configured in the example we have running the odds. The odds is a specific provider. If you implement a new provider, that is going to count a lot for innovation and creativity because you're bringing something that doesn't exist into the strategy, right? Also, we did not provide any sentiment or non-numeric news to the strategy. So if you do one that is analyzing sentiment and something different than what is available on the template, that is going to count to innovation and creativity. And finally, the presentation and demo is you have your video recording of the screen and talking head. How good is the presentation, right? If you sell the project, sell the idea, and if you have a like the automation running and is active in the video, that all of that is going to count. Clarity on how you transmit the reasoning for the strategy pick, for the um, tweaks, and then the expectations of the automation, right? All right. So once again, 1 second, I'm going to sneeze. Okay. So once again, if you have any questions, because I did not get any question live today, so if you have any question, don't hesitate. You can go to the Discord server, and then we have the Prediction Market Hackathon channel. In there, you can ask questions, you can tag me, and I'm going to be um, assisting in all the ways that are possible. Right? Questions for the Canon installation, automation, strategies, the templates, the submission, whatever you have questions about, you can come and chat with us. Also, you can come to the channel if you want to participate. You might not be fully decided. You can come and try to get into a team, right? So, hey, who needs a hand with the submission? Remember, for example, you might be very good in the technical side, but you don't want to make the video recording or something. You can come and lay out. Okay, I'm going to. I offer this, and who's willing to join me on complementing the other section of the requirements, right? Or the other way around. You're very good in communications and networking. Okay, so you want to present the video submission, but someone else has to do the technical side. Come to the Discord channel. We're going to get you into a team there in order to participate. Once again, um, we have to go to DoraHack, register. The deadline, the cutoff is May 31st. Then at that time, you're going to have a build, you're going to submit it, but it's not your final build. You can continue tweaking it all the way through June 19th. Okay, yeah. So we still have time. You can still do it. This is the final stretch, final window to enter the participation, not for the hackathon to end. And it's going to be open all the way through Sunday of uh, that's going to be Sunday of this week, May 31st, midnight, right? And remember, you can register on the calendar so you get updates on our upcoming events like this one. You can come to our Discord channel in order to get assistance or just be notified. Keep updated with the new information that we release. And yeah, that will be all we have prepared for today. And see you around. Don't hesitate to come. ask questions, and I really, really encourage you to participate because there is no no technical limitation, no technical blockers, right? You can run the automation, you can run it um, without live. If that is a hard stop for you, I encourage you to do it. You're going to learn a lot, and you can still participate even without going live. Of course, that is going to take an impact on the live performance punctuation, but you can still get in and participate. All right. Thank you very much for your time, and I will be seeing you around. Bye bye.